morning, and welcome to the Serengeti, part of the African savanna, and home of the endangered black rhino. The savanna is a harsh habitat for most animals. During the winter months, the Serengeti experiences a long, dry season with temperatures of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. During this time, the vegetation, such as grasses, shrubbery, and low trees, dries up and dies as animals migrate southward. However, the Serengeti also experiences a wet season during the summer months, in which rains fall with an annual average of 30 inches. Furthermore, the many trees of the Serengeti have adapted to the harsh ecosystem, many wildfires, and low amounts of rains by adapting long roots that go down into the soil, as well as organs that store water.
Now that you know about the habitat, let's look at the rhino in detail. The black rhinoceros, Dicaris bicornis, spans from eastern to southern Africa. Although not much is known about its evolutionary history, we do know that they diverged from the white rhinos around 5 million years ago. Rhinos in general are one of the last remaining families of the horse-like ungulates, which evolved nearly 50 million years ago. Now, as you can see, Hey man, would you happen to know anything about the black rhino population, specifically what their survivorship curve looks like, and their growth curve, and their estimated birth rates?
I sure do. In fact, I know all of that, and that the black rhino is a case strategist species. Here, look at these graphs.
Whoa, wasn't that cool? Look at these graphs. See, the black rhino would be a type 1 survivorship curve because it has a long mortality and then high death rate later in life. The black rhino population has a J-shaped growth curve because of mating seasons. This causes a drop-off in birth rates when the mating season is not occurring. Furthermore, the black rhino has a birth rate of about 13.6% according to the Rhinosaurus Center. But how does the rhino live within its habitat, and in relation to other species? Well, as with every ecosystem, the main source of sustenance comes from the vegetative producers. This is where the rhino gets its sustenance. Producers such as red grass and dropseed shrubs are sources of food for not only rhinos, but for their competition, such as giraffes, antelopes, and even insects, which are all primary consumers. While there are many fearsome predators in the Serengeti, the rhino's capable defenses mean that most predators won't try to take them on. However, newly born, elderly, and deceased rhinos are hunted and eaten by animals such as lions and hyenas, making them scavengers. You probably already know the real threat to black rhinoceros are humans. Black rhinos can also be considered keystone species because of their selective eating patterns. Rhinos only feed on certain types of vegetation, which actually increases biodiversity because it leaves more room for other vegetation.
The illegal poaching and ivory trade are what largely have caused the black rhino to become critically endangered. The rhinos have also experienced habitat loss and fragmentation due to human activities such as urban development and construction. Long gestation periods and short mating seasons have made it hard for the population to recover quickly. High population density and low breeding rates have also led to increased probability of disease transmission. Similarly, smaller, isolated populations are also prone to genetic consequences due to inbreeding. Existing solutions to these problems include NGOs working with local governments that have a large black rhino population, such as South Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania, as well as equipping and training local officials to combat the ivory trade. There's a ban on international, but not local ivory trade. Additionally, annual aerial population surveys are being done to monitor the growth rate of the black rhinos. Now, our innovative solution. We want to implement a cybersecurity program created by computer science firm PeerJ that is designed to automatically detect ivory sales on the internet. We want to implement these programs into the governments of Africa, specifically aforementioned Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa, that have high black rhino populations. The cost of this implementation would mainly be for training government officials to use the program. We estimate that the cost of this would just be about $500,000. This is very reasonable because the program operates at near perfection and is 1,000 times faster than a human professional trying to detect ivory sales. We also encourage extension of the bans on ivory trade. Currently, trade is limited on an international level, but this does little to change the demand for black rhino horns and drives up the price. By seeking national cooperation, the black rhino trade could be eliminated at the source. We suggest that international organizations such as the UN and World Wildlife Fund implement cybersecurity systems in addition to cracking down on ivory trade. With only 3,000 individuals left in the wild, the black rhino is of an utmost importance. In 1970, the black rhino had populations over 70,000 individuals. However, poaching has turned this once majestic presence into a dwindling anomaly. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask of you, save something beautiful. Save something that should be cherished. Save the black rhino.